Bitcoin's 0.1% of the capital in the world right now. I think it's going to go to 7% of the capital.
7%.
My long-term forecast is it's going to go to 13 million over 21 years.
13 million.
13 million. But what is it 5 years from now? You're in your 4-year calculus.
You know, it's been growing 44% a year with about a 40 to 50 vol. I would think it'll move on at 40%, then click down to 35, then 30, then 25, and at some point it'll be the S&P return plus 8%, and it'll be the S&P vol plus 8% because it's always going to be a more global, open, free capital market.
$13 million is the prediction here from Michael Saylor. Now, I'm going to let you guys battle this one out in the comments. Is it possible to see a $13 million Bitcoin in the future? Today, though, I want to talk about the breakout that is taking place on our markets right now. We just saw a massive rise in Bitcoin's volume, going from about $53,500 earlier this week to seeing over $58,000. Now, I believe this is because of one of three reasons. Number one is simply because of the presidential debate that is taking place tomorrow. There is beyond a disgusting amount of speculation that is occurring in these markets. On poly markets, you have Donald Trump taking the win, not the popular vote, but the electoral vote and the overall presidential outcome as the potential next president and the 47th president of the United States. And so markets are heavily relying on the debate stage tomorrow. They want to see if Trump is going to win in this, because if he does, this is going to mean probably lighter legislation and activity in the crypto markets, and means that institutions more or less will start accessing more exposure to this risk on market. Now, of course, the debates, we will be live streaming tomorrow, so make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. You do not want to miss out on that. We'll be live trading through it. But the second thing that is taking place is the CPI report this Wednesday. And as we look at these charts, we're at $57,300 at this time of this video. Of course, hitting that resistance at $58,000. You have Bernstein that is coming out and saying that if Donald Trump not only wins the outcome of this presidential election, but if inflation continues to persist and we have that ease of monetary policy, a $90,000 Bitcoin will be in the cards for, of course, 2025. Now, again, I want you guys to answer this in the comments. Do you believe yes or no? Give me your Bitcoin price prediction here of $100,000 Bitcoin in 2025. And the opposite side of this, Bernstein is saying that Kamala Harris will send the price of Bitcoin all the way back down to $30,000. Now, this is all because of her policies. Most recently, the Harris campaign just released their policy initiatives for the 2025, of course, campaign or presidency, all the way through 2028, of course. And there was no mention of digital assets or cryptocurrencies whatsoever. So Bernstein looks at a Kamala Harris presidency as very bearish on the price action for Bitcoin, stifling innovation, hurting the sector, and driving that price back down. Do you believe that's going to happen? Because I, for one, believe we are going to see a six-figure Bitcoin. I don't believe we're going to see 140, 160, or these insane numbers that a lot of very optimistic traders want to see. But I also want to state that this might mean that Bitcoin dominance reigns higher for longer. Now, the third reason, so we have the presidential debate, we have the CPI report on Wednesday, which I expected to be positive, is the FOMC meeting at the end of this month. So if you're not prepared, because it could be too late in terms that if you're not dollar cost averaging and creating this fundamental portfolio, October is historically a very bullish month for Bitcoin's price action. I'm not talking about all these crazy small altcoins, okay? My fundamental portfolio is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, of course, Ondo, and now starting to add a lot into Solana. For some of you, it might be Cardano, it might be XRP, but the moral of the story is that right now it is a fundamental market. The altcoins are following Bitcoin, and as we watch in real time, we are testing now a major resistance level. If we can break back above $58,000, this actually could relate us to seeing bullish price action towards the end of the month, towards the FOMC meeting. And that is what's important. That's why we're doing an emergency video here today, because we have to pay attention to this FOMC more than anything. If we are pumping up into that FOMC meeting, this is your warning that we might have a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event taking place. And of course, we have so much information and data points that are coming out till then. But right now, guys, we need to focus on these three major events. Debates are tomorrow. You'll see me in the live stream. Wednesday is CPI report. And again, the FOMC meeting at this end of the month. If we are going to get a 50 basis point rate cut or a 25 basis rate cut, that will determine how bullish the month of October is. We'll see you guys in the next video.